This video is going to talk about the role of President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. In this game, she is the advocate for justice and equity in the Trump-Musk game of corruption. Just give a quick reminder of the basic game rules. There's conflicting objectives of Trump-Musk versus the average citizen. In this game, Trump is focusing on reforms benefiting the wealthy, and Musk is benefiting from public support and resources. Their actions will prioritize the interests of the rich and powerful over the welfare of everyday citizens. The players in this game include Trump, Musk, the politicians, and the American public, who are the pawns in this game, struggling to survive. In the corruption game, President Claudia Sheinbaum, the advocate for justice and equity. She was elected in October of 2024. She would play a significant role as a champion of transparency, environmental justice, and political reform. Sheinbaum's political narrative focuses on anti-corruption, sustainability, and empowering the people, making her a key figure in the fight against corruption and authoritarianism, led by figures like Trump, Musk, and Putin. President Claudia Sheinbaum, the advocate for justice and equity. As the leader of Mexico, Sheinbaum would position herself as a strong, progressive force in the battle for democratic integrity and social equity, seeking to combat the influence of corrupt elites while pushing for a more just, transparent, and sustainable future for her nation and the world. President Claudia Sheinbaum, the advocate for justice and equity. Her gameplay includes Sheinbaum's key attributes in the corruption game are her focus on clean governance, sustainability, and social equality. She works to dismantle this corruption within Mexico, taking a strong stand against foreign actors like Trump and Musk, who seek to exploit the country's resources or undermine its democratic integrity. Her strategy revolves around transparency, community empowerment, and restoring trust in political institutions. Sheinbaum's leadership is also about international solidarity, as she aligns with global efforts to fight corruption and promote environmental sustainability, while ensuring Mexico's independence and sovereignty are protected from foreign exploitation. President Claudia Sheinbaum, the advocate for justice and equity. Let's discuss how Sheinbaum plays in the corruption game. First, transparency and anti-corruption reformer, the unmasker. Sheinbaum is deeply committed to transparency and clean governance. Her main goal is to break down the systems of corruption that have plagued Mexico for decades and ensure that government funds, resources, and contracts are used for the public good rather than for personal or political gain. As the transparency and anti-corruption reformer, the unmasker, she's fighting government corruption. Sheinbaum works to root out corrupt officials, expose bribery schemes, and create a transparent government that serves the people. She makes use of whistleblower protections, government audits, and investigative commissions to ensure that corruption is caught at every level of government. In a minigame, by activating Transparency Initiative and anti-corruption investigation cards, Sheinbaum forces a systematic audit of government funds, opening up corruption rings, and bringing corrupt officials to justice. These cards also reduce the effectiveness of bribery and corruption among political allies or foreign actors like Trump or Musk trying to manipulate the system. Also under Sheinbaum's transparency and anti-corruption reformer, the unmasker gameplay, she's exposing corporate corruption. Sheinbaum works to curb the influence of corporate giants that exploit Mexican people, ensuring that business dealings are conducted ethically and in accordance with the public's interest. This includes limiting foreign corporate influence from figures like Trump and Musk, who may try to profit unfairly from government resources or by undermining environmental standards. In a minigame, with the corporate accountability card, Sheinbaum can initiate reforms to regulate multinational corporations and close loopholes that allow powerful elites to evade taxes or environmental protections. She uses public pressure and legal frameworks to expose unethical corporate behavior, especially if the interests of Trump, Musk, or other wealthy figures are involved. Second in President Sheinbaum's gameplay is the environmental justice and sustainability, the Green Guardian. President Sheinbaum is a leader with a strong commitment to sustainability and environmental justice. Her policies aim to protect Mexico's natural resources and promote green development while combating climate change. This makes her a natural adversary to corporations or individuals like Musk, who might seek to exploit the environment for profit without regard for long-term consequences. Continuing under President Sheinbaum's environmental justice and sustainability, the Green Guardian gameplay. Environmental protection. Sheinbaum focuses on ensuring that green technologies are promoted and that the country's environment is protected from harmful practices by businesses or foreign governments. She pushes for renewable energy development, sustainable agriculture, and protection of Mexico's biodiversity. In a minigame, by activating green economy and environmental protection cards, Sheinbaum can push forward legislation and incentives for clean energy, carbon taxes, and corporate responsibility. This weakens the ability of polluting corporations like Musk companies or any international entity exploiting resources to profit without adhering to Mexico's environmental standards. Continuing under President Sheinbaum's environmental justice and sustainability, the Green Guardian gameplay. Global environmental leadership. Sheinbaum actively participates in global forums advocating for sustainable development and pushes for global cooperation to tackle climate change. She positions Mexico as a leader in the fight for environmental justice, which may challenge global corporations that prioritize profits over planet-friendly policies. In a minigame, by playing the Global Green Alliance card, Sheinbaum can form partnerships with international environmental organizations, coordinate action with global leaders, and pressure corporations to adopt greener, more responsible practices. She can also push for international treaties and climate accords that limit the ability of Trump, Musk, and others to evade environmental responsibility. The third category of President Claudia Sheinbaum's gameplay is social equity and empowerment, the people's advocate. Sheinbaum is deeply committed to social justice and reducing inequality in Mexico. She champions policies aimed at uplifting marginalized communities, improving healthcare, and enhancing education. She actively fights against the concentration of wealth and the exploitation of the working class. Under President Sheinbaum's social equity and empowerment, the people's advocate gameplay. Social welfare programs. Sheinbaum introduces policies that provide access to healthcare, education, and economic opportunities for Mexico's most vulnerable populations. She ensures that the poorest communities are not left behind in the wake of globalization and that the country's wealth is more evenly distributed. In a minigame, by activating social investment in welfare for the people cards, Sheinbaum expands access to affordable healthcare, free education, and job training programs. She can also institute progressive taxation that reduces the gap between the rich, like Trump and Musk, and the poor, creating a fairer society. Under President Claudia Sheinbaum's social equity and empowerment, the People's Advocate gameplay, she's empowering local communities. Sheinbaum emphasizes the need for grassroots activism and empowers local civil society organizations to take part in government decision-making. She strengthens community-led projects and ensures that citizens are central in shaping policies that affect their lives. In the minigame, the Community Power Card allows Sheinbaum to expand local democracy and increase citizen participation in decision-making. By doing so, she ensures that powerful actors such as Trump, Musk, and corrupt corporate entities cannot act unilaterally to exploit people or resources. The fourth section of President Claudia Sheinbaum's gameplay is as diplomatic leader in regional unity, the regional ally. Sheinbaum plays a key role in strengthening regional cooperation between Mexico and its Latin American neighbors, helping to create a united front against corrupt influences from foreign actors like Trump, Musk, and even authoritarian regimes, or Orban or Putin. She works to build a Latin American bloc that resists exploitation and corruption. Under President Sheinbaum's diplomatic leader in regional unity, the regional ally gameplay. Regional cooperation. Sheinbaum fosters alliances with progressive leaders in the region to build a united front against corruption, interventionism, and foreign manipulation. This includes working with leaders like Lula in Brazil, Alberto Fernandez in Argentina, and other figures who share her commitment to justice and reform. In the minigame, playing the Latin American Unity card helps Sheinbaum build diplomatic alliances that strengthen the regional resistance against external interference, particularly from Trump or other wealthy foreign actors, and foster economic cooperation, shared resources, and mutual support against exploitation. Also under President Sheinbaum's diplomatic leader in regional unity, the regional ally gameplay, she exercises fair trade and economic independence. Sheinbaum fights for fair trade policies that protect Mexican sovereignty and its natural resources from exploitation by multinational corporations. She advocates for economic policies that empower local businesses and workers over global profiteers. In the minigame, by using the Fair Trade Agreements card, Sheinbaum can block corrupt trade deals and create economic frameworks that prioritize the well-being of her people, reducing dependency on wealthy elites like Musk and Trump. President Claudia Sheinbaum, the advocate for justice and equity. Sheinbaum's endgame strategy. Her ultimate goal in the corruption game is to establish a just and transparent Mexico that is free from corrupt foreign influence and internal corruption. Her strategic objectives include: first, eradicating corruption from the highest level of government and ensuring accountability in all sectors of society. Second, building a sustainable future through policies focused on environmental protection and green energy. Third, empowering communities and fostering social equality through reforms in healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. Fourth, strengthening regional cooperation to create a united front against foreign exploitation and to ensure that Mexico's voice is heard on the international stage. President Claudia Sheinbaum, as the advocate for justice and equity, ensures that Mexico lead the global movement for social justice, transparency, and environmental sustainability, creating a resilient society that can stand up against figures like Trump, Musk, and any other corrupt forces seeking to destabilize democratic values or exploit the world's resources. Thank you for watching my video discussing the role of President Claudia Sheinbaum as a hero in the Trump-Musk game of corruption.